Hello, my name is Steph, and I'm recording this, and I'm trying not to go over 15 minutes because YouTube only allows 15 minutes. But I have a wonderful book that I wanted to share with people, and I'm not going to read the whole thing right now. I'm going to do it in pieces. This is my son's dog tag. He died a little over a year ago, and he's a hero. He was in the army. He died a hero. He's my hero in many, many more ways than just that. Okay? I'll talk more about that in another video, but right now I want to share this book. It's called Furmans Magical Universe. It's excellent. It's written like it was for a child, but in reality, it's for all of us. Okay? It was written by Becky McCarley, and it was illustrated by Phil Travers. And Phil Travers also was very well known for illustrating the Moody Blues, a lot of their album covers. Now, for younger people, they may not know who the Moody Blues are. I can tell you right now, the Moody Blues were an amazing, amazing group back in my day. Anyway, it has acknowledgments, but I'm not going to read that to you. We're going to get right into this. This is the first one of probably many. I want to tell you a story. It's a true story. It's your story. Okay? Now here's Herman and his mother. Herman was a thoughtful child. His mama said so. He wasn't absolutely sure what she meant by this, but it sounded somehow like it was not an altogether good thing. Herman, you're too thoughtful. Go out and play. Or Herman, quit moping around and go play. Many times have we said that to our children. He wasn't moping. He was trying to figure something out. Actually, it would be closer to the truth to say that Herman was getting mad. M-A-D, mad. Before, he was just curious, then a little aggravated, and now he was getting downright mad. This is why. When he got big enough to speak clearly, to make people understand what he was saying, he started asking a question, and nobody, not one single solitary person he had asked, knew the answer. He quite simply wanted someone to tell him how the world worked. He knew there had to be some sort of rules for this, otherwise everything would be a big mess, like his room would get sometimes. But he knew how to put things back nice and neat, and once he had restored some order to his things and his mess, he always felt better. So he looked around him and saw that for the most part things seemed to be in order in the world, but sometimes they were really out of order. So he figured that if they got fixed, which they often did, someone must have known how to fix them. So why wouldn't somebody tell him how the world worked? Now we're turning the page. And what we have here is his birthday party and his cat. Okay? At first, he thought that maybe he was too little, that maybe you had to be a certain age, and then somebody would tell you. But he had just had his 7th birthday party, and no one gave him the book. A book. He figured it all must be written down somewhere in a book, and somebody would give him this book for his 7th birthday. Surely now he was old enough, but no one did. He smiled graciously at the opening of each gift. They were very nice gifts for a boy of 7. But really what he wanted more than anything else was the book. Once he took one present in his hands to open it, he thought, yes, this is it. It's the right size for the book. It's heavy enough. The book would be heavy with wisdom. And it is a present for my best friend. But no, it was only a couple of video games. He tried very hard not to look disappointed, but to tell the truth, when his party was over and all his friends had gone and all the birthday cake was cleaned up off the floor, Herman quietly went to his room, shut his door, crawled up on his bed, hugged his cat Mud Pie to him very hard, and cried. Mud Pie was puzzled. She had never seen Herman cry before. She didn't quite understand. What did tears mean? She licked a tear near Herman's chin, and Herman smiled at her and snuggled her more. So she decided everything must be okay. She laid down and got comfy, but Herman was not comfy. He couldn't seem to be really comfortable again until he got. He went to his teacher. He went to his sister. He went to his mother and father. He went to his best friend. He went to his grandfather. None of them knew what he was talking about. I'm going to turn the page. Now, this is a picture on the next page. Okay? Finally, he went to the school librarian, Diana. She did not want the children to call her Mrs. anytime. She insisted that everyone, even first graders, call her Diana. She was very beautiful, and a story was told about her that at home she had a pet owl who would sometimes sit on her shoulder. Furman wondered if this was true. He had all but lost hope entirely of ever knowing the laws of living. When he approached Diana, she had been very busy, but when she saw the sincerity in Herman's eyes, she immediately set aside everything she was doing and gave him her full attention. Yes, Herman. How may I help you? Diana, Herman said, I have asked everyone I can think of, and no one knows the answer. Can you tell me where I might find the laws of living? At first, Diana looked as though she would cry. Then her expression changed completely. She looked very, very deeply into Herman's eyes and said, Herman, I have worked here in this library for 29 years. I was here when your mother and father were children. There have been hundreds and hundreds of children who have come and gone from these halls of learning. And you, my dear, are the first one to ask this question. I have been waiting for you for a very long time. And then she looked at him with such joy in her eyes that Herman felt as though he had just done the best thing in all the world. She seemed so happy and proud of him that he couldn't help but feel happy and proud too. But quite honestly, he was just a bit confused. How could it be that no one before him had asked how to live properly? When he asked Diana this, she said, "Most people are too busy, Herman. They are just rushing here and there, off to soccer practice, back from school, off to work, back from town, and they never give themselves alone time. Alone time is good. Alone time is when you can stop and think about what's really important. Obviously, Herman, you have given yourself some alone time. So now, let's see if we can answer your question." And for the first time in a long, long while, Herman felt deeply, truly, and completely happy. He was about to learn the laws of living, and he knew that this would be the most important thing he would ever know. Now we're turning the page, and very interesting. So you've noticed the book. Diana walked to the back of the huge library and took down a big book from a very high shelf. She blew the dust off gently with her breath. Then Diana told him a story, and this is what she said. A long, long time ago, a very smart being named Hermes taught the laws of living to people. There are only 7. He told them that if they would look carefully at the world around them, they would see these laws in operation. They could pay attention to the world and the way it worked and work with it. Or they could ignore the laws and go on about their business, taking their chances. Or they could even live their lives working against the laws, if they wanted to. This is called free will. It's all right. We all have and can use in any way we choose. So, again, we can live any one of these 3 ways. 1, work with the universe. And the end result of each of these is, 1, when we work with the universe, being in harmony, feeling good, being happy with the laws. 2, stay silly, or the end result of that is 2, a life tossed from one extreme to the other, and everything in between without the laws. And 3, work against the universe, and the end result of that is confusion against the laws. Now back to old Hermes. The smart ones took his advice, paid attention, and found that yes, indeed, the same simple 7 laws did apply to them as people, and pets, and plants, and protons too. They found that when they used the 7 laws in their day-to-day lives, magical things happened. This magic is not something that can be described. It can only be experienced by the one practicing the laws. If you do this, if you use the laws, you will experience the magic too. And that's it for right now. I'll have the second part in the next video. Thank you.